Good afternoon, all of you. So there is no students in the classwork right now. I am waiting for the students, please. Dear university authorities, I am asking the class, but today there is no the students. They did not attend the classes, please. Hello, good afternoon, all of you. Can I start the class, please? Please confirm, please. Any students is there here? Sir, the university authorities give me that clarity.
Sir, just now we finished research methodology, sir.
Okay, madam. Fine, madam. I am waiting for the students, madam. No problem. How many classes is there going on daily?
So Saturday, Sunday we are taking, sir.
Full schedule, madam, for morning to evening?
Yes, sir. Morning 10:30 to 5:30, sir.
Continuously.
We don't have breaks, sir. Actually.
Okay. Break, that's it, or no?
Yes, sir.
How
Just
many
now,
people are
sir.
joined? How many people joined, madam? You can just joined, you can inform, madam. Then only I will start the class.
Yes, sir. Before class, there were only 12 members, sir.
Told only, yeah. Research methodology is the common paper to all the people, na?
Yes,
Very,
sir. That is common for all.
yeah, around 600 people, very less people they are joined. 12 people only.
We are preparing for the competitive exams, might be, sir.
So, true, that is, I agree with you. Just basically, they are not interested. It's the only the part time only. They're the
Maybe, sir.
getting the certificate. That's it only.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Whatever it may be, we'll start the class. Up to wait for the 10 minutes, madam. So
Okay, sir.
join the
No
people.
problem.
Then only can inform that I will start the class. Huh? Okay.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
Fine, madam.
Thank you, sir. సార్ స్టార్ట్ చేయమని చెప్దామా అందరు సార్కి? అందరు వచ్చాక సార్ ఇన్ఫార్మ్ చేయమన్నారు. స్టార్ట్ చేయమని చెప్దామా?
ఎస్ మాల్తి. ఎందుకంటే కొంతమంది అటు డివైడ్ అవుతారు కదా, ఎక్కువ మంది అకాడమిక్
అవును.
వెళ్తారు కదా.
అవును. Sir,
Yeah, can I start, madam?
yes, sir, start, sir.
Yeah.
Why? Because they're also splitting in another.
Yeah, no
Electric
issue,
paper,
madam.
electric paper, sir.
No issue, madam. So today the class is the digital library. That is the elective of the MLISC paper 7. The title of that is the title is digital libraries. So right now last unit, this is the unit number 16, is the evaluation of the digital library we are discussing today. So evaluation of the digital, how it will be evaluating, what is the procedure, how it will be accessing, what is that. So in the current generation, in the further libraries is the only for the digital libraries only. So in the previously we saw the traditional libraries. So traditional libraries, they are the providing to all the facilities and services by the traditional manner only. That means in the physically they are the taken physically or to return the slip, and the library also they are the managing in the manual of that methods of that all the applications of that areas. But here in the digital libraries, the generation it will be goes to the new upgradation, new generation of that libraries. New generation of that library, basically they are the working on the digital mode, digital content of the delivering of that information only. So for example, if you need the any textbook is the required, the copy it will be comes to the e-copy. For example, in the school libraries is there. So the 10th class mathematics book is there. So it will be around in the 10,000 students are there. So in the 10,000, in the 10,000 physical copies is printing is the mainly the physical content. Here in the digital library, one soft copy it will be there, it will be uploaded. All the people can be accessible in at a time in the multi user of the access facility. They are the providing by the digital library. That means in the single window of that operation, at a time around in the 10,000 of that people, they are the accessing of that content of that one textbook around in the 10,000. 1:10,000. So that type of that procedure it will be available only in the digital library format. So in this contemporary, in the majority of the aspects, it will be going on research and innovations and developments, new trends and technologies, abstracting and industries requirement and society requirements, academic requirements. So in this contemporary, each of that area, each of the places, they are the uploading that information. So that means in the requirement of the industry, oriented. Industrial libraries, what type of, for example, chemical industry is there. Chemical industry is what is the procedure, what is the chemical formulation is the going on, what how it will be heating up the cement of that soil. So what is that made with the measurements they are taken to the lab. So how it is testing the soil, how it is testing the rock. So stones, how it will be testing. So that is the general stone or cement stone or limestone. So each of the stage it will be reflected to the industrial oriented of the aspect, industrial purpose, and the library it will be supported to the industrial area of the libraries. Academic libraries they are the supporting academic content of that information. Here in the basically the institutional repositories just like as the digital libraries. So establishing in the digital libraries, building and capabilities and the requirements, what type of the developments is the going on. Majorly, the first principle is need to get the material into it. So need to material get to it means once any one of that library, whether the physical or digital. So right now we are going to the digital. Need to get the material into. So need that means I am need the material. I am the student. I need the material. So how did you get it that so just like as a online course era is there. Course era is the only for the USA people. They are the offer the online MOOCs courses. Course era, what is that main motto? They are the providing the distance education learning, online certification courses. They are the offered. Here, the digital library main motto to need to get that material. So the user, what type of that material? And the user means in the sense whether the industry or academic or research, whatever it may be. The user means whether the student or research scholar or faculty. There are the what type of the, for example, academic library. One of the esteemed college is there. So in this college, what type of that needs is the required? What is the main needs of that information? So what type of that materials is the required? So that needs of that materials is the called as a student and faculty and research scholars or non-teaching staff in the lab maintenance of that people. What type of that information they are expecting? Newspapers information. So newspapers is available or not. So secondly, majorly academic information. All the current what are the courses is the offered. That course relevant of that material, that is the textbooks and reference books. The both are available in our library or not. That is the chosen by the students and faculty. In case in the research scholars is there. Research scholars main motto, there are the researching in the VLSA or embedded system or data science or computer science, whatever it may be. In is relevant of that research of that information, it will be available or not. So this type of that information, it will be provided to the by library. It will be great, good library. That is the main motto of the digital library initiative. That is the mainly the faculty, student, research scholar. What are that information? There are the seeking. There are the asking. That information we are the providing in the digital library. That is the perfect of that method. The digital library main motto to providing the quality of that information, requirement of the needs of the user community. By the user community means, so who is that user community? Where is that user community? The library. So in the institutional level, what is the user community? Students, research scholars, faculties. The three areas of the people, they are coming to the academic libraries. So industrial area of the people. So industry purpose. So who is the coming? So the industry of the research people, institutional regular working employees, non-working employees, related of the people of that industry, R&D. So this innovation of the people, these are all the people they are the involving. So this type of that in the special library. Special library, what is your main motto? We are the providing. You are the working in the pharmaceutical. Pharmaceutical basically in the penicillin antibiotic injections we are the developing. So what is the penicillin injection? What type of that product, what type of that chemical composition is the required, then only that information it will be provided to the concerning the scientist. That is the good way. So this type of that need of that information, it will be provided to the user community. That is the perfect of that method. The digital library is the working in the very good functionality of that manner in the first principle. And the second one is need to able to find out resources discovery. So majorly the digital library, what is the resources is there? For example, your library is there. What is the resources is there? Resources means several aspects will becomes budget allocation. The resource funding is there, then only you can buy it. Otherwise, there is no budgeting of that money. How to you can buy the resources? That is one thing. Under physical resources, what type of that resources? The online resources. What type of that material databases is there? Resources, online databases. Your institution is the academic library, so you are the explorer of the academic library. Your college is the commerce college. Commerce college, what type of the database is required? That type of the databases you can record whether the reading or not. That is the secondary issue. So basically, relevant of that information, the best example, our human being is there. So what is that in the three times in the morning breakfast, lunch, the supper, the dinner? These three is the common phenomena to going all the people. So whenever you are the work or not, in the three times of that manner, breakfast, lunch, supper, it will be going on. Same tendency here, whether they eat or not. This is the need of that information. So the people will be eating the food. Same thing here. The students are study or not. That is the secondary issue. But once we have the providing the quality of that information, then only the student or faculty or user. User means there is no new people. That is the students or faculty or research scholars need to able to find out the resources. So in our library, what type of that resources is there? The resources is the relevant or not? In case not relevant, what can you do? You can procuring the resources. How it will be procuring? To buy the commercial of the data, to allocations of the budgets is there, then only can go through it. So first you have the collecting to creating the digital library. So basic second point is to aware of that what is the resources discovery. So resources is the available, what type of the facilities is there, the resources is the useful or not, then only to find out. That is the second point. Third one is mainly to need to material out of it. So need to be able to pay, need to get material out of it. So that means in the store and retrieving and delivering, useful of that way. So that means majorly once you have the procuring the material, that material it will be available or not in our web portal. So that is in our digital library. Once I am the procuring the IEEE journals, AIC journal, Science Direct journals, JGate, EBSCO database, social sciences database, science database, agri databases, all the databases I have the procured. So that is the databases is there. The database is relevantly is working or not. It will be retrieving the data. It will be gives to the concerning the user or not. For example, I'm searching agriculture journals. So that is the paddy, the journal of paddy. So in the product, it will be which month is the coming. So what is that main motto of the collecting? That type of that information it will be coming or not to identifying. So this is the mainly to delivering, mainly to focusing the retrieving the information. That means the type of the journals you have the procuring, that type of the journals is relevant content of that information procuring or not, that providing the facilities or not. That is the mainly. So where the purchasing, the in case I am the asking the paddy culture, the paddy agriculture of that methodology, what type of the methodology, which season, the crop is how many days there the comes to the outcome of the product. So such type of that information, where is it? To find out the database. So automatically it will be retrieving. So this is the material sources of the information available or not, then only you can find out. That is the third principle. And the fourth one, need to be able to pay for it the accessible. That means financial consistencies. So our library is a good library. All the users are asking n number of the databases. All the n number of the database is your budget consistency is very low. The database is the cost is the 50 lakhs. We have the money is the 20 lakhs. So all the databases it will be not comes to the 50,000 of that money. So 50 lakhs of that money. What can you do? What is the procedure? To analyzing best product of utilization in our library. That is the main thing. So the library, what type of that material genuinely the people will be browsing, they are the asking such type of that information where the providing, that is the best way of that manner. So this parameters is more key role to effectively to running to evaluating the digital library. So mainly what is that need, what is the purpose of to find out what is the materials is the required, need to pay or accessible or not. This type of the areas it will be covered, then only the digital libraries it will be more effectively. So in this area, majorly the Indian Institute of IISc Bangalore cooperation with the CMU, NFO, NSF, ARNet, TDL programs, MCIT. So such type of the 21 participants of the interacting of the examples in the worldwide digital library environment in the perspective of the digital library. That means in the digital library, so n number of the applications, n number of the programs and subjective codes they are the providing. So which is the database is relevant or not, you can choose it. Then only it will be useful and helpful to the user community. So this is the main examples of that area of this is the evaluation of that method in the digital library. And also significance of the digital library of research. Significance of the significance of that uh, digital libraries. So mainly, what is that important significance or importance or service provider anywhere of that world? The digital libraries, what is the main of the purpose? The digital libraries main purpose. What is that? What is that main motto to research? So majorly, there are the component. There are some little bit of the this evaluation. The digital libraries is the main motto to metaposism, metadata, information representation. So that means the digital library of the information, they are the uploading in the MARC format 21 methodology. So MARC 21st market or 21st format, machine access readable catalog is the standard functional of that language. It will be providing to the qualitative of that information, how to do, how to it will be structured, what is the title, what is the author, what is the illustration, what is the multi number of the authors, number of the pages, year of the publication, a reprint of the publication, hardbound, paperbound. So such type of the total library bibliographical information it will be reflected through the this metadata of the structure. So the metadata structures it will be comes to the encoding archival description means encoded archival description means in the top level to bottom level. One systematic of the order. Once you can search the title, any one of the title name, author name, call number, description of the number, so the title and statement of the responsibility, and rest of that body of that matter, everything it will be reflected directly on the screen. So this type of that helping of that information is the concern in the standard metadata structure. The digital library is working standard metadata structure. That means in case we are the asking, we are the searching the browsing of the data, quickly, immediately it will be retrieving the answer. That is the major point of view. And also um, copying with the born of the digital library work. So majorly here, the information is the overlay to copying of the digital libraries. So currently, majorly the problem is copyright is there. That is also one thing. This is the mainly metadata encoding and transmission precise preservation of that meta and also test TMD, technical metadata for the testing. So this is the standard library standards. So this is the library of the Congress of the standards. That means in the digital library works, copying with the digital library works means one of the standard international standard of the size metadata structures and digital library of the supporting of test MD of that metadata. That standards it will be reflected to the content of that material, what type of that material it will be there in our library, it will be showing the showcase, and anybody there the coming to asking where the searching immediately, it will be retrieving the information. This is the process of these things. And third one is the maintaining an executive collection and and cultural resources. So maintaining as the executive collection. So you have the collection of the good materials in our digital library. It will be reflected to the cultural resources. So languages, majorly subject of the focusing. So currently working in the potentials of the areas of logical, historical documents. So this is the perspective is the libraries can be conforming to any way to maintaining the sustainability of the culture and resources of that, mainly to focusing executive collections. So these collections will be maintaining clear cutly in the systematic manner of that way. It will be systematic manner of that way. It will be searching of that information. It will be reflecting easily to understanding that user. That is the main thing. And third one is the using information resources and retrieval protocol in the language codes. In case we are accessing the any one of that material, it will be comes to along with the potential language coding. Once I am searching that information, so it will be some of the language standard formats is there. It will be reflected the information. So you did not to following the one of the standard structure as CCF, common communication format. It will be not there in your data. It will be zigzag. It will be showing up. In case you are the searching in the A, entirely in the all the system entirely the top to bottom it will be showing on A. So that is not a correct of these things. Exactly what type of that information we are asking, that information only it will be delivering. That is the best way of that method. In this concern, Z.39.50. Z.39.50 is the standard unique international protocol server. So this is the standard unique of the server. In case you are the typing in the duplication of the ID, immediately it will be tracing. This is the malware we are the doing. This practice is the going on. So in the Z.3 is the supporting to the different information systems. So that means any one of the library system we are applying different applications, different approaches. It will be perfectly to supporting on that, and also to supporting web-based services and researches. So that is the called as Z.39.50. So in the retrieving, that means that web services is the required. The server means the international of the server is the located in the Z.39.50. The standard structure of the format it will be there. So whenever you will searching that information, it will be retrieving in the perfect of that manner. So that is one thing. And the SQL and the contextual query language, formal user of the friendly query of that languages. So this language of the systems also it will be supporting to the digital library. So this is the mainly importance in this core area of these things. And also some of that languages is there. Your this program, the digital libraries is initiatives. It will be takes to the ISO language course. ISO language of the course, they are the given the each of the tag and what is the programming level 100, what is the programming of the 200, 300, each of the subject allocation there are allocated. In this concern in the ISO 6392 is the codes from the representation of number of languages. That means the coding is number of languages. You are working in the digital library. That library you are the accessing the Telugu version or English version or Hindi version. So which type of that version you are applying? For example, your mobile is there. You are buying on that. At that time, the system it will be asking, choose the language of that selection. So our mother tongue, whether Telugu or English or whatever it may be. So the database it will be reflected to according to in your what type of the data you have uploaded, that mannerism of that method, it will be reflected to the data. That is the main thing. So in this concern perception, ISO codes is the represents the name of the languages. So I have already repeated that one. And also ISO 639.50 quotes from the representation of the names of the languages. So the names it will be also reflected the impact on that area. And also ISO IEC 10646 is an industry work industry wide characters to stay extendable of the guarantee in the covering of the provision of the information. So this is all or what is the main content is reflected to mainly to focusing on that retrieving the research of that language course, the standard structure of that format you can following on that. So this is the basic information on that. And finally, the evaluation of the digital library. So the digital library is how to evaluating. So what is the measures that are taken? How it will be getting? The digital library is the quite new library. It will be reflected there. The maintaining the database is also very costly and expensively to providing the client-based oriented services. In this conception, here the digital library, what is the purpose? So mainly they are the focusing where does the digital library, so under the evaluation of the evaluation login begins. So why, what is that library, digital library, how it will be evaluating? That is the first point. Second point is where does it end? So in the digital library, which place it will be end? It will be continuously to growing on. Where which place end? You can identifying on that. That is the mainly. And what are the boundaries of digital library? What is included? So in the digital library, what type of that boundaries is there? So actually in the digital library, there is no boundaries. In the worldwide, in the wireless of that library. So all the places, any one of the people in the worldwide, all the people at a time can be accessible. So that provision it will be there in the digital library. So where is the exclude? So what is the exclude? Where is it to exclude? So which place it will be stopping to the digital library where the continuously or stoply. So in this concerning some of the major parts it will be discussing the major contemporary of that evaluation of that method. So basically the first one is effectiveness. So what is the purpose of that majorly the big libraries of the digital library where they are accessing majorly effectiveness of the services? That means your strategy of that report in the starting level to bottom level, your system, what type of the performance is the going on. So easiest of that way, enter that information, you are the join into your ending, what type of that digital library of the access material you are the accessing. Each and everything today, it will be reflected to the directly in your dashboard. This type of the methodology working into the IIT's libraries, the top of the higher education institutions. That is the main thing. So this digital library is the efficiency. So that is the efficiency. So efficiency means is the cost of efficiency. So that is the main thing as the combined of the cost efficiency. So here the efficiency is also depends upon the cost and the cost also. That is the one thing. And also construct for the evaluation. So the evaluation, how it will be conducting the digital evaluation to prompt it to identifying to conducting and take to the necessary of the classes and training programs, then only the people will be improving the skills and etc. That is the main thing. And the criteria reflection. So and the criteria reflection means majorly, so what type of the criteria is there? So that type of the criteria we have the following on that. And also measures. So measures is the reflecting the selection of the criteria. So what type of the journals, what type of the materials they are the axiom to see and find out. That is the main thing. And then finally, in the methodology. So methodology is the most important of any one of that organization. So the research methodology is the required. In case you are doing one of the project. So project that means in the first how it will be planning. First you can choose the one of the title. So you are the one of the physical laboratories who are the doing the work. So first we can choose the title. So fundamentals of the physicals and the exploring for the academics. So fundamentals of the physics, it is a fundamental labs, physics lab. It will be reflected to the academics a case study. They are the writing of that article. In the first we can write down the introduction. So what is that main motto? The first we can prepare the title and author name and email ID and affiliation of the institution, phone number, your Vidwan ID, or Scopus ID, or Web of Science ID, or Google Scholar ID, or Microsoft ID, and this type of that all the materials you have there, you can uploading. So immediately in the previous days, we have applied the jobs. What type of that methodology is going on? Please send me your resume, then only we'll forward, you will see and check it and get back to you. So that type of the methodologies is the going on. Today there is no such type of the methodology. For example, you have the applied to the IIT, they are given one of the notification IIT Hyderabad or IIT Hyderabad. So what type of the mechanism is the going on? So before they are giving the online of the notification, so sometimes in the little bit of that 1 or 2 pages also, they did not given to the notification directly by the employment news and etc. They are the posted the links to the social media, the social media, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and etc. It will be showing the information. So that type of the technologies is upgrading. So in this main here, this type of the problems is arising to identifying the clear cutly. Then only we will take the decision measure in this conception. That is the major point of view. That is the main. And also construct. So construct is the majorly efficiency. Efficiency is the major one of the part, and consistency major free for evaluation of the digital library. So digital library, how it will be evaluating? What is the procedures? So here the effectiveness and the efficiency, these both are expecting to using the digital library. And majorly what type of that privilegizations is there excluding in this digital library, majorly constructive and evaluation. Construction, that is the mainly um, construct for evaluation. So construct for evaluation means, so what type of that methodology, what type of the work station, workflow is the going on, work development is the going on, user browsing the data, download the data, scholarly communication, what type of that methodologies they are the going to identifying, that is the main key role. And also contest evaluation. So contest of that evaluation means the goals and frameworks, the levels of that evaluation, how it will be working on, so how it will be teaching, what is that measures they are the taken, that type of that information you have the updated. That is one thing. And the criteria. So in the criteria, what type of that criteria is the going on, what is the methodology, you can identify. So in the yesterday, the NBA inspection it will be held. So NBA, what is the purpose? Whether the UG purpose or PG purpose? PG purpose. How many students are came in our library? So you can collect the entirely the data of the description. That is the main important of these things. And also manuscripts. So manuscripts is also mm, sorry. So this is the measures. So measure the criteria and measures. So this is the contest and criteria and measures. So contest means what type of the data you have the chosen. For example, your library is academic library. You can choose what type of the programs they are offered in your institution. Then only such type of the databases only you can procure in that. That is the criteria. So majorly to evaluate the identification of the criteria. So this type of the books is the required to identifying that much of the criteria. That is the main thing. And secondly, measures to the reflecting selected criteria and the recording of performance. So this is the measures of that information. So measures of that, what type of that measures is the required in our digital library, what type of the content is the required. Then only you can go through that one and providing the facility of user interaction of that access of that materials. That is one thing. So that is measures. So the measures is that is the only what type of that measures is the required. Student metrics, what is the going on? Faculty metrics is the going on. So our college institutional metrics is the going on. So in the upgradation of that, what type of that metrics it will be required to identifying on that, then only you can focus. That is one thing. And also in the finally methodology doing the evaluation. So in the methodology, so what type of that methodology is there? In case the research methodology, whether what is that methodology they are the following: questionnaire method, interview method, application method, observation method, C-square method, simple random variable method. This type of all the methods it will be applicable according to the depends upon the problem. Here also same thing. The user community. So what type of that information they are the browsing the online of that behavior, the resources is relevant patterns is available or not, the systems it will be designing, infrastructure evaluation, interacting, focusing, and ability. So this type of that conceptions is majorly to affecting on that area, and also criteria to measure the digital libraries. So what is that criteria we have the followed? So basically the first one, and the construct, what is the digital library? First, what is the construct to identify the digital library? So major in the first thing is the what is the digital library? So digital library means all the resources will be available in the digital content of the format, that is called as a digital library, or all the information resources integrated on one of the platform and providing the user credentials of that free access of user ID and password, or any one of the commercial web-based database, it will be providing, that is the digital library. So integrated all the resources, it will be integrated on one of the platform and creating the one of the folder and providing the information to free access to all the students. That is the mainly to creating the digital library information. To construct what type of the information is the required. So what type of the information you have the delivered. So this type of the major points is the key role here. And also in this part, the digital library collection resources. So in the digital collection of the resources, what type of the resources are there available? So in the selection, gathering, holding, media. So selection, that is the mainly here the selection. So selection is the called as a book selection. So major key role in the library, the librarian key role is the book selection. Book selection means what type of the books we can require. The book is the genuinely the current semester or even semester. The people will be asking genuinely or not. The book is available or not. In case we are the procuring the book, it will be the faculty or students. They are the accessing or not. So such type of that selection process means the who high level of that cost books procuring, it will be avoiding. So easiest of that way, average of that books you can procuring. So the library policy. So these are relevant of that books in case the COBOL is there. Around in the 2000, 3000 book volume books you can procuring. In case today the COBOL is not there, what can you do? The rest of that all the books it will be dumped in the one store and again in new procuring. So in this conception, what is the major key role? Selection of the process. This library policy. So what type of the books is the required? Not only for the engineering sciences or your library is the sciences. Engineering sciences or sciences not only. So remaining the rest of the departments of humanities and social sciences, we can integrate into collecting the selection of that material. That is the one point. And also gathering and holding media. Selection and gathering holding of that media. So the selection of the process, holding and media, the process, how it will be going on, what is the purpose, to identification is the main point, selection gathering. So that means majorly how it will be working, what is the functioning to identification. Next one is distribution connection link. So in this digital library, distribution and connection link. For example, your digital library is there. It will be if you need the academic science subject information, you can approach the directly to integrate the IASC Bangalore of that website. So new programs, new trends, new technologies, what type of that information is the going on, the people will be upgrading. So then only you can hold it. So now hold it and get the promotion, or you can attend or get the job. So this is the mainly the job means here the holding of that information, selection, gathering, holding. This type of the procedures is the going on here. Second one is the description and connections and links. Description and connections of the links means, so what type of that material is the requiring, it will be goes to the description. This type of that material connections. So in the connections it will be there. So in the network based connections are not working or not. Your company is the software company, VLSA company. It was network based company. So integrity it will be increasing the values. That is one thing. So organization and structure and storage. So organization, structure and storage is also one of the phenomena. And also interpretation and representation and metadata. Interpretation, what is the going on, what is the technology is going on. So each and everything you can uploading one of that, updating of the content, that is the regular 24/7 is the going on. So representation and methods. So what type of the representation is the going on? What type of the metadata structure is the going on? So metadata is the going on is the common phenomena. So metadata is the called as one unique of the structure of that format to collecting that information, to updating and retrieving the information. That purpose also they are the following. That is one thing. And also uh, preservation and perspective. So preservation and perspective, you know the preservation. So how it will be digital resources the preserving. So the digital libraries is material is the two aspects. So first one is the born of the by birth of the electronics by the digital libraries. That means entirely in the starting level to up to end of the level, all the e-content, e-format of that methodology, e-format of that content, it will be available. That is one thing. And the second one is it will be goes to the uh, that is the called as a digitization. So digitization means we have the any one of that material we have the digitized and uploading the content. It will becomes to the digitized material. So these two aspects, the digital libraries, it will becomes by birth of that born of that place, it will becomes to the library. That means in the starting to end of the, all the library, all the content of that information it will be directly to reflected to online e-resources, online content, online of that informations only. That is the digital library. So second one is so that is not a full-fledged of that library. Scanned the documents. So all the images, all the books, it will be scanning and uploading the digital content of that format, whether the GIF format, text format, or HTML format, or PDF or Word document. So this type of that areas is also is the going on. So this two is going to the preserving of the library material. So first one was the preservation of the library material. What is that main motto? To access. So the library, the digital library main motto to provide into the access of that information, whether the physical library or the public library or academic library. What is that main motto to provide into the access facility to the all the user community to access? That is the main thing. And the second one is intellectual. So this the intellectual is the main is the thinking of that IQ of that manner. So digital library they are the working. So IQ methodology it will be working on and physical and also distribution. So what type of the physical content of that material is there? How it will be distribution and interfacing and interactions. So interfacing means so in our database is there interfacing level through providing the network based library. So how it will be going on? What type of that interactions is the going on to identifying and searching and retrieving. So searching and retrieving means just like as the Google, where the searching that information. So you can typing any one of that information. So automatically it will be delivered the information on the screen. That is the called as a retrieving of that information. So what type of that information we are asking, the answer it will be reflected there the providing. That is called retrieving. So whenever we will ask the information, the system it will be providing. That is the retrieving of that information. And finally, the services, the digital library, what type of the services they are the providing. So what type of the services, what is the going on evaluation of that method? So in the basically availability. So that is the availability of the main the digital library where the searching that information in the library, what type of the databases we have the procured, that type of that information only it will be showing. For example, in our mobile is there. In our mobile, you are the searching that the Prime Minister of India name is not there in your mobile, in your contacts. You are the searching continuously. It will be available or not? Nothing. It will be not available because the Prime Minister of India number is not there in your mobile of the database. Same scenario here. The services availability. In case the data it will be there in our database, then only it will be retrieving the information. For example, I am asking to the Kalki movie I am asking in the library. It will be showing, it will be not of the uploading the material. It will be not showing, it will be not available. So that means in the which whenever it will be the services availability of the digital library, what are the materials is there in our system, that material only it will be showing on that. That is the main thing. And the range of that material, the range of that availability services and dissemination of the delivery. So the what type of that information, dissemination of that information means what type of that information they are asking, that type of that information they are the delivering. That means a range of that availability of the services. So what type of that material is there, what type of that journals is there. So whenever the user is asking that material will be there or not, identifying and providing that information, that is the main thing. And also assistance and referral. So assistance and referral means the digital library, the library main motto to assistance. I am the asking that information. It will be providing to the directly on the screen. So that is the assistance. That is the helping to me and helping to me and the referral. So that means our digital library is the referral services. That means in the reference of that information, any quick of that information, I want directly the Telangana growth rate. I want Telangana population data. So immediately you go to search the material concerning the database, the population studies. So Census of India. You can go through the website of the Census of India. You can uploading directly. It will be retrieval, referral the information in your screen. That is the main thing. And the user needs users communities. So use and users communities. So that means in the library, the main motto of that, what is that main motto? Users. So users community, who is that users community? So that is the user communities means how many people is there, whether the students or faculty or research scholar, that is the user community, or under education candidates or post graduation candidate or research scholars. That is the user community. Whenever the user community they are asking that type of the from the user community of that information, it is the providing the database. So the mainly that what are that information is there, that information the user community will be getting that information. That is the main thing. And also security privileges and policies and legal aspects in the licenses. Security privileges is the most important in our phenomena. So that is the digital libraries is working in the online content of that mode. So in the security of the system, the strong passwords, user IDs and credentials they are the providing. Is the misuse conduct is the going on? They are the perfectly working or not? So any one of third party they are the logging the credentials. So any IPs is the changes to identifying such type of the criteria, policies and legal aspect. Policies, your library policy is there. So how many students is there? The faculty, how many books can I issue? Students, how many books can I issue? This type of the policy strategic of the planning is required in our library. That is the main thing of the aspects in the licenses and management operations of the staff. Management operations of the staff means in the library staff. The digital library home to maintaining in the basically the library staff only. The library staff, what type of the facilities is there, training facilities is there to providing the operation, the perfect of that manner. So in the digital library, it will be perfecting any of the people, they are the asking that information in the perfect of that manner. They are the providing the library staff is very efficiently and effectively. Then only will get it the perfect of that information. In case in the library professionals, they did not do perfect on that. They did not do perfect. They did not to give the exactly of that information from the user community. Cost and economics. So majorly the digital libraries it will be decided into the cost money. So it will be not come to the easiest of that manner. Digital library the maintaining in the worthy of it. It is the cost whose expensive for procurement of that online database, paid the money and etc. So this is the mainly to related to the financial sector only. So integration and the cooperation with the resources in the libraries or services. The digital libraries, what type of the services they are the providing, integrating of the services. So whenever the people will be asking, not only one area, in different domains they are asking. So that type of that information also it will be providing. Context of that evaluation is the basically in evaluating created. So majorly is here user is the central of that immunity. So major information is user only. So user, what type of that information is the asking, the digital library will be providing the content of the manner.
కిందికేస్తే మళ్ళీ అది రాస్తారు.
Sir,
Yes, please.
sir, it's already 5:30, sir. Please, will you
What?
take next week, sir?